Welcome to GTM's Tax Automation series on OneSource tax provision functionality. In this session, we will be focusing on the review and edit screen and going over some of the functionality that exists to facilitate review of the tax provision. On this screen, you can see that this is the main area that you come into when you select review and edit. And at the very base of this functionality, you are able to get information related to the effective tax rate, your total tax provision, the deferred tax asset and liability, and the payable receivable functionality as well. Additionally, you're able to do comparisons of data sets as well as export out some lead sheet information, provision, the deferred, and the payable at either the unit or the sub-consolidation view. And with exporting of the lead sheets, it can give you some additional functionality within Excel as the lead sheet exports out as a pivot table and can be manipulated in any way necessary. So let's go into the software. So from your review and edit button, you will have your base data set here, and we're going to take a look just at the base data set initially. I have my Pennsylvania rate change here. I am going to select the lead sheet, and let's say I'll select the deferred lead sheet. What this does is it brings up the first entity that you have activated within the data set. However, you can change from a unit view to a sub-consolidated view if you would like. So I'm just going to change to my sub-consolidation view. And this is going to bring me all of my entities within that sub-consolidation. Now, as you can see, because I picked the deferred lead sheet, I am getting a listing of my temporary differences within the data set. And it's given me federal plus state plus the federal benefit of state balances within this data set. Now, as I mentioned, you are able to export this information by selecting this button for export. You will have to give it a name. So I'm going to go with the same name as the data set. And you would simply export the file. Now, I actually did this earlier, so let's go take a look at what that looks like. The file will export as a pivot table. And as you can see, you'll see the same information that you saw on the data set on the review and edit screen that I just showed, listing all entities going across with all of the line items. As you can see, if I select the information there, it brings up the pivot table fields. So you can change things around if you would like to. You could filter down to one unit. You can filter down to type. These are grouped. So all of this can be changed. On the back end, the system also includes all of the data that has been exported out of the database as well, showing you your timing items, pre-tax ending balances, as well as tax-affected ending balances. And it gives you the beginning and ending deferred rate, as well as the beginning and ending, beginning and ending federal rate, as well as the beginning and ending state rate. Please note that this is just the ending balance, so you will not be able to get beginning balance data by pulling this information. So I'm going to go back into OneSource tax provision, and let's just say we will just refresh the screen. I'll just go back into it. Okay. So when we're at the selection of the lead sheet once again, you can see here all of your entities going down the left for units, and then it will give you the information as to the effective tax rate, tax provision, benefit, the deferred tax asset or liability, or the payable amounts. You will notice that some of these items actually do have hyperlinks to them. So you will be able to select them and go directly for the unit to the item. And this will take you all the way down to the data entry selection area. All right. The next thing I would like to go over is comparing data sets. So if we select another data set to compare, I will go with, let's say, this YT demo series. You will notice that now the icon in between the base data set and the comparing data set has changed to orange. So you know that you are comparing data sets. And as you can see, my screen also changed to give me multiple columns. This basically gives you the differential between the first data set and the second data set. Now, I am currently in the percentage variance. You have the ability to toggle to dollar amount. So if I changed, as you can see, I have no variance in each of these, but that's now changed the dollar amount versus the percentage amounts. Now, with the percentage variance, it is the percent of the change between the data sets over the base data set that will be listed when you look at your effective tax rate. The system will not do the differential and list that as a percentage variance. You will, however, see that if you select the dollar amount, the effective rate will show an A minus B for the percentage. As you can see, you can also list the reports in local or reporting currency. And you also have the ability to just kind of filter out any columns you potentially may not want to see.